Sorry, I only have a 5-minute limit. I talk too long. So I was showing you the parts of Drive here. And so you can see on the left-hand side all the different folders that you can go in down here. They're all listed either here or you can see them down here. You can have folders and you could just have them loose as well, just as you can in any binder. Starred, some people star them. So how do you star and how do you color these folders? Two-finger right click on a MacBook. On a mouse, I imagine it's a right click. Two-finger right click, and here are all of the different things you can do with your folder. So let's say I want to share my Bahamas folder, which has receipts and flight information and work permit stuff, and I want to share it with Brian. I can click on that, and then I can add his name. So I'm going to put in Brian right there and say, here is my Google Drive folder of the Bahamas. Now he's going to get an email in his inbox. As you can see here, I've let him as editor, or I can make him viewer so that he can't touch anything, or commenter. Those are the types of things that you can change. You can also go to the settings cog, that's that little wheel, and you can allow editors to change permissions and share, or you can unclick that. That's something you can play with. So if you have a folder with documents in it and you want to share it with, say, a family member, you would type in their email address here. Does it have to be a Gmail? I think it does in order for them to see it. And then you press send. I'm not going to do this because he's going to wonder what I'm doing. So that is how you share a folder in Drive. Let's look along the top here. This is to get a link for certain things. I'm going to teach you that more when we're in. We did review it when we were looking at Gmail, adding a link. And if, let's say, I wanted to share a link, I can right click and I can get link, which has copied it. I can copy this link here. And then I could go to my Gmail, for instance, and compose an email and write an email in here. Dear Brian, and remember how we do a link. Oh my goodness. Here I write something is the link to a Google Drive folder. I'm going to highlight the here. I'm going to come to my broken paper clip at the bottom, and I'm going to paste that link in there and say, okay. So now that allows him to go to this link. All right. So those are different things that you can see in Drive. The only other thing you can, another thing you can see is a grid view as opposed to a list. You can have it like a grid with all of your different folders there. Information, that tells you what's been happening lately, what activity. If I click on my Google Basic Outline, I can see if there's any details or what I've done lately with that item. So that's information, that's here. And then the last thing you can see is Google's put some tools down the side here. We're not going to worry about those right now. This is your Google Drive. Welcome to Google Drive.